Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all well. Welcome back again with another show on the channel. It is preview for the game on Saturday against Manchester City, 12:30 kickoff. It's at James's Park, and I could say a lot of us fans are not really looking forward to this. I mean, Mason, are you feeling?
Not too bad. I can't be bothered for Saturday, unfortunately.
We've got Man City fan tonight, Alan, joining us. Alan, thank you so much for joining us.
It's okay, with no problems at all.
How
Why are
you
you not happy about playing us?
Oh, it's just the way we're playing at the moment. None of us are just fancying us to win on Saturday or to get anything out of the game at all.
No,
I mean,
we've not got no Rodri, so that's going to be a plus. That's going to be a plus.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as well. But anyways, if you enjoyed tonight's show, please do remember to give us the thumbs up. Really important we do get the likes so people know where to find us in the YouTube search results. Please, of course, if you're brand new at the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on the channel week in, week out, please hit that subscribe button. It is completely free to do so, and it does help make the channel grow as well. And, of course, do remember to hit the bell notification. It does let you know whenever we are live or when a previous recorded video has been uploaded there to the channel as well. That notifies you what comes up on this channel week in, week out. So please do hit the bell to make sure you do not miss a thing at all on this channel. If you'd like to give a donation, feel free to do so through a super chat or a super thanks when the show is ended. Feel free to do so. If you want to become a member, it's 99p a month. Hit the join button and you are put into a prize draw we do on the channel as well. So if you want to do that as well. So you are. We got Martin in the house. We got Robert in the chat. I think we're in for a shafting. And then it says, oh, not you, not again. So anyway. So we'll get into it. Alan, how are you feeling about the game for your side? On Saturday?
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good game. You know, it's going to be difficult for us because I've been to St James's a few times to watch City, and it's a great ground. Top fans, you know, you're very passionate and we're very loyal to your club. And I've been out in Newcastle quite a few times drinking as well. It's probably the best night out in the UK. I like the Geordies. I've got no issue with them whatsoever. I think it'll be difficult this weekend. You have got a good side. I don't know why, for some reason, you're not playing to your full capability, because I think you're a top outfit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we aren't playing.
You should be pleased. You should be pleased with us this tonight after the ATP.
Yes.
Rule, which will help you massively move forward as a club.
Yeah,
that's
what we need. We could do with those extra sponsorships on board.
Well, that's right. It creates money, creates opportunities to go out and buy some players. You know, because it was more against you than us, even though we took the Premier League to arbitration, and from today's result and moving of the rules out of the handbook, then it opens the door for you to go out and get more investment.
That's it. Martin's going for a 5-0 win to City. Good evening, White Trout. Hope you're well. 70 bloody bother about your pint, says Andrew. Kevin De Bruyne meant to be out. He's doubtful, isn't he, Alan?
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he'll. Even if he was fit, I don't think he would start. You know, he's got injured. You don't fully come back and play straight away. Similar circumstance to last year, really. If he does declared fit, then he'll be on the bench. But I don't think he will be, mate. It's too early. He's another year older, and when you get older, you don't come back as quick.
He's 33 now, isn't he?
Yeah. When you get older, you don't come back as quick as when you're young. So I don't think he will. We've got him. Obviously, Rodri looks like he's out for the remainder of the season with an ACL, but we've still not got the final result on that yet. So them two, and they're big misses. They're huge misses.
Yeah, I mean, Rodri's one of the best CDMs I've seen in the Premier League.
Foden has only had one full game since England.
I'm very surprised he has, actually.
Well, the thing is, what Pep decided to do was rest the players that were involved in England and international duties in the Euros.
Yeah,
and only just bring them and give them extra rest because they needed it. Yeah, and not just that. Foden's also, just as he got fit again, he got an illness made him. Well, he's been out, not even training for that 2 weeks, so possibly 3. I don't think when he played midweek, he looked very, very rusty. He wasn't nowhere near. So he probably will play, I reckon, because they've got to play him. But it's debating what he's going to be like. He's not fully fit, mate.
Right.
So we'll see. Obviously, the big Norwegian Viking is up front. Will be
That's
playing.
the way Murray for me. I mean, he's just scoring goals for fun right now. I Pete Mason, greeted everyone from Rabat. Hope you're well, Tony. Still having a good holiday. There's Tony Swin out in the 30 degrees. Good evening, Wacky. Hope you're well. Apparently, Isak wasn't pictured in training. I think he should be okay by the looks of it. It's 23 degrees now and sitting on a floating ball. Lucky you, Tony. Lucky you, Tony. Mason, we need Tonali in the start lineup. He's got to come in for this game. Surely he has to. If he gets on the bench again, I'm going to be very annoyed with Eddie Howe again.
If these have got Rodri out, you've got to start Tonali. I know Eddie Howe's getting criticised for not starting him, but he's got to start him on Saturday.
Is there a reason why he's not in the team? Is it injury or?
Well, Eddie's come out and said he's not ready, but that can't be right in my opinion, because you look how he was on international duty, and he was outstanding, and he looked like he was completely fit. But
unless he's got a knock.
Well, I've not heard to say anything he's got a knock, but every time he's like come off the bench, it's like, why hasn't he been stopped? Because he's looked very, very good since coming off the bench. I mean, we haven't had a good stuff from Joe Linton. Bruno's not looked himself as well, and we know what some of our fans are feeling with Sean Longstaff at the moment as well. Willock has done pretty well this season, but a lot of people think it was a risk putting him in straight away against Fulham because he's been out for a while previously with other injuries as well. So it's a hot life at the Tony, mate. 8 degrees and dry and rain with me. That's global warming for you. Wasn't floating previously. Brian's going for 5-0 win. Guys, and I have 2 days left here, and I must say they are very friendly people. That's good to hear, Tony. He tore France apart. He did. Another change I'd make, Mason. I think I'd be taking Dan Burn out, and I'd have Kelly at centre-back with Cher. I'm worried Dan Burn's going to get absolutely annihilated.
If you put him with Lewis Hall on the left, then he probably will have a decent enough game, because I think he doesn't work well with Kelly, but I think he does work well with Lewis Hall. But yeah, I think if he starts with Lewis, if he starts with Lewis Hall, and he starts Burn on the left centre back, I think we might have a chance. But
I'm just worried Burn's going to still get targeted, because we know Burn, what he's like against fast players, and look who's going to be in front of him, particularly in the middle. It's going to be Haaland, obviously. And the worry is what if, that's my concern, whether Kelly might be able to do that. We need to stop playing Kelly in his correct position now. I don't know why we're playing him at left back. He does not suit that role at all. So I'd suggest get him in at centre back in his preferred position, and let's see how he does there. I'm just really concerned Burn's going to get outpaced, because I thought Burn was quite off his game last week. I know Fabian Schär was as well, but I just think Burn's becoming a lot more slower for me. I really do. Good evening, Pete. Hope you're well. We're up to... just read that one. Tonali trained every day of his band, so how's he not up to fitness? He's definitely sharp enough. I agree, Wacky, he should be. Good evening, Paige. Hope you're well. Good evening, Joe, as well. Now, Pete Danbin, a long stuff will play. You know he's going to go 4-3-3 with the lineup. I mean, Mason, he's probably going to stick 4-3-3 with the lineup. He's not going to go away from it. That's a thing.
If he stays with 4-3-3, he's got to change the defense in the midfield up.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, I'm perfect. For me, I would happily see Isak, Barnes, and going up top.
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening, Julie. Hope you're well. Good evening, Tom. Hope you're well. There's nothing to get found out about Dan Burn highlining over balls over the top, and we are done. Yep, he doesn't jump for headers. That's the problem. Good evening, Coffee. Hope you're well. Good evening, Carl Wacky. I've laughed at that for 2 days and now my BFF tagged me in a funny sausage post. Okay, then. Okay, we're going to get battered, says Carlton. J Tune, hope you're well. I'm just waiting till he's sacked at this point. He's on about Eddie Howe.
Why would you want Eddie Howe sacked?
A lot of people are just not happy with the performances we've been putting on this season. They're very questionable with his lineup as well. I'm not on the Eddie Howe situation just yet. But what do you think of it, Alan? That
listen, I like Eddie Howe. I'll be honest with you. I watched him over the years, and I think Newcastle, since he's come on board, has completely turned them around. He's an intelligent manager, knows what he's doing, and if you're looking for, say, right, sack him, who are you going to get?
See, the perfect replacement I'd love would be Mancini, your former manager, but he's in a job and it's compensation you've got to pay. That's the only issue.
He's in Saudi getting tax-free money, right? So if you think about it, if he's on 20 million, that's 20 million he's not getting taxed on it.
Yeah.
And if you leave within, the rule is if you leave before 2 years are up in that part of the world, the sooner you go back to Italy for him, or you get taxed on it as soon as you land. But if you're over 2 years, you don't get taxed on it. So he's not. I agree with you. Martin knows I love Roberto Mancini.
Oh yeah, I remember him saying.
Yeah, I absolutely love him. But Eddie Howe, I rate him, mate. Unless he was to take the England job, which is probably favourite.
See, that's a lot of the question. Is the England job getting to his head a little bit? Because I think that's the
it might be. And I believe there's a bit of politics going up above him at the moment at Newcastle, which you've seen what has happened to Man United with that going on. Because it's like when you join a company, if there's trouble at the top and there's not arguments at the top, it flows right through the business. So it might be that, mate. I think you'd be a bit knee jerky if you carry on about Eddie Howe. I rate him. I think he's good.
He has done what he got with. It's just a lot of people are just unhappy with, like.
See, the Geordie fans, they're a bit like us in 2008. They want everything to happen right now. The rule today, what's happened today with the ATP, will really help Newcastle moving forward, because you can get the sponsorships, and you don't get looked at by the Premier League, or should I say the Red Cartel.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they're the ones that have the power, and things eventually will start to move for you to buy the players that you need to make you stronger. Which I'm all in favour of having you and us at the top and fighting it out. I'm one of the City fans that think, bring it on, let Newcastle do what they want, and bring in the players and spend the money that they want to develop the club, and then let on the pitch decide who's the better team. You know what I mean? I'm in favour of that, because all they want is Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United, etc. just want to be in them top four spots, and the rest can just do what they want. They don't like having their noses pushed out of joint. And we've got both very rich owners. So, and it's, I'd love to see Newcastle up there again. I'm all for that, I'll be honest with you. Most City fans have got the same opinion.
Yeah.
So, and you'll get that from the sounds of it. It's a very good verdict today.
It is. Good evening, Ian. Hope you're well. Good coffee. Hope you're well. Yeah, we will welcome you on board there, Alan. 5-2-3 best chance. I don't want to go 5 at the back. That's the only thing I don't want to see, 5 at the back. So because it's every Man City manager gets a free pass if they lose. Thanks, bollocks. I think only reason Eddie not starting Nolly is so he has a strong replacement mid when started Taya. Media reporting that Man U are monitoring the Eddie Howe situation to possibly replace Eric Ten Hag. I mean, Alan, you must be probably loving what's happening with your enemies
Well,
at the
I
moment.
woke up. Oh yeah, it's brilliant. It's funny. It's anything. But it's like I woke up this morning, yesterday morning at 5 a.m. That's when the game started. It's 8 o'clock in England, and just for people who know, I'm based in Melbourne now. I moved over to Melbourne in Australia in 2007, but still go home to watch the games, as you know, especially at the end of the season. I run the Melbourne Sports Club over here, and I am a Manc. So I've been a City fan since 1971 was my first game in Melbourne. So I'm a proper City fan. So yeah, watching United at the moment is beautiful to watch, and I sit there chuckling yesterday morning at the way they were playing. It was funny. I think it goes for every fan of an opposition to United. We do take great pleasure in watching and smiling at their downfall. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's good. So I hope Ten Hag stays personally forever. It's great.
I think you need the appliance of Side Sanusi on the bench. Tricky feet Stones don't like tricky feet against him. I mean, if you see the main threat for us, Alan, out of our side, even though we probably haven't started well, but who do you think's the main threat out of our side? Would you say?
Well, I like your centre forward and the left winger you've got.
Isaac.
Yeah, his quality he is.
Gordon.
Yeah, I do like Gordon. I think he's an intelligent footballer. I don't think he started well this season for what
he
I've
hasn't.
seen.
No,
but that can change. He's still got quality, mate. You just don't suddenly lose it. But his centre forward's quality.
What do you make of Barnes this season for us as well? We know he was injured up.
Barnes is a good player. He was a good player before he joined you as well, and he's got pace.
We do. We just need to start showing it on the pitch. That's the thingy, because the fact is, I don't know if you've seen us, Alan. We start off pretty well first in the game, but then we just go into a shell, and our performances are dying off, and we're being punished for it. Like Fulham last week, we had a goal which was offside, but then we died off, and we got absolutely found out that game.
Yeah,
that was our problem.
Well, that's not gonna. You've got too much quality in your team and your squad to be crap every week. It's not. You know that. And when you play against the big sides, usually you lift yourselves.
Yep.
So tomorrow for me is going to be a test. I think we all thought it was going to be a really difficult game at Newcastle, and it will be.
We need to lay a marker down early doors to even have a hope, which is easier said than done, as they're the best team in the planet, in my opinion. But let's get at them from the off and see how we fare. That's what we need to do, Mason. It's just go for it from the word go.
If we played like what we did against the last two, well, if you want to count the Carabao Cup game last season, the last two times in the league when we went 1-0 down and we somehow managed to get in the game, and then they come back in. Somehow it didn't happen last season in the Carabao Cup. But every time we played at home within the last two games in the Premier League, we somehow went 1-0 down, and then all of a sudden, it's 2-1, 3-1, and then obviously Man City come back in. But it could happen. It could happen on Saturday. You never know. But I think that's probably going to happen again. Go 1-0 down, and then
he's got
go to be 2-1, then 3-1.
I think you'll play an extra man in midfield at weekend. You're going to have to, because City control games and they keep the ball and don't give it back. If you don't pack your midfield, City will destroy you.
Yeah, that's the thing. And look at what they've done as well. If Eddie plays 4-3-3, he's gone sacked in the morning. No, he's definitely, I wouldn't say so yet. Good evening, Mark. Hope you're well. Good evening, John. Hope you're well. Go 4-2-3-1, but make the three play slightly deeper cover on the wings and still sort of a three in centre, like a fan midfield and counter attack. You've got the pace. It's a bit of a suggestion there, Wacky. Question from Coffee. This is probably for you, Alan. Is it true that City struggle a bit with low blocks without Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri? What would be the best way for UFC to approach the City game?
I would say they do struggle sometimes with a very low block and the team staying narrow, because you've got to get round them. They've got the players to get round them. Sometimes City just get fall into the trap of keeping it narrow. If they're playing the fast wingers, that's Savino's at a great start. I'll have a look at this lad. He's quality. I just think that because Foden's back in the side, it depends how fit he is.
Yeah.
And midweek he was the worst player in the team.
Wow.
He doesn't look match fit. And we're obviously hoping that eventually he'll get match fit. We all know what he can do.
Oh yeah, we know what he can do.
I think he'll play in midfield at the weekend.
Do you think he's probably played poorly because do you think Southgate had him out of position in the Euros? He was like playing him on the left wing, which is not his position, or really, is it? No,
he hasn't played left wing for years, for about five or 6 years, and he only plays there occasionally. But that's Southgate. We all know that Southgate's a clueless idiot. So, and I couldn't stand watching him, his team, to be honest with you. I think that if a fit Phil Foden will play in midfield when KDB's not there, but you've got people like Gundogan. It will be playing with Kovacic now to replace Rodri. So they'll probably play a double pivot. Which will be a different system. They've done it before. And Kovacic is out of the 5 games we've played, he's been man of the match 3 in 3 games.
I say Kovacic is a good CDM as well.
Yeah, he is. He's been wonderful. And he's been dropped since Rodri's got injured. He'll be back in again, definitely. We have to find another way. But that's up to Pep to find a solution. That's why he gets paid the big money. He's done it, hasn't he? So, we'll just have to wait and see. It's difficult to say what's going to happen, to be honest with you.
Preston Man City will win us the match. Yeah, good. Well, they go out all attack, no pot in the bus if we lose heavily, but play full out attack at football. I have no problem. At least lose with our heads held tight. That's what we want to do, Mason. We don't want to go in and pot the bus, do we? We're not a team that should be. We're not a team that we should be doing that.
How do you think you should? How do you think you would go on if you just sat there at home? I think City would pick you off.
Yep.
I think you've got to try and give it a go. You are at home. The one thing you have up front is a lot of pace, and that causes City a lot of problems, especially if you play counter-attack football, which I see you will play because City will try and keep the ball. And you'll have to play a bit more keep solid and play counter-attack. The one thing that you do have is pace up front.
Yeah. Mason, but we shouldn't be going there and pot the bus, particularly at home.
No. You've got to play on the front foot every single game at home. Because if you don't, you'll get battered off the park. Especially against a team like Man City. Because you'll see them absolutely battered 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, that's it. Mason, if you just want to put your score prediction in the banner so we can read them out when we come to the end of the show.
No problem.
Robert sent me his team on Messenger. I'll go through that when we get to ours as well. Man City will want you to do so they can just draw you upfield and just pass around you. Yep. But you just close in on Haaland. I mean, he's on fire this season, Haaland. I mean, how many hat-tricks? He's had a few hat-tricks this season as well. He looks like he's just getting better and better every time you see him play now.
The thing with Haaland, and you'll see it tomorrow, is he flirts in and out of the game.
Yeah.
There's times when you just don't see him because he's been marked heavily. And you think, oh, we've sorted him out. He's out of the game. He's in someone's pocket. And then all of a sudden they'll bang 2 in, bam, bam, and that's it. And you go, oh, where's that come from? That's what it's like. That is the way he plays. So people think, he dominates the ball like, Alan Shearer used to do, and people like that. It's not the way he plays. You mark him out and think, oh, he's shit, he's crap, and all of a sudden he's put 2 goals in your back of your net.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you can't switch off with him.
PD Mason, Alan, going to the game. You'll be watching it from your house,
No,
what time over there?
no, I run the supporters club at the Imperial Hotel in Melbourne now. And so we all meet there to watch the game. When we get, like, tomorrow is an early kickoff. So it's a 9:30 game at night, Saturday night. So we're expecting quite a lot. But it's a difficult one because today, Friday, is a bank holiday here on Friday because it's the AFL final, the grand final, on Saturday at the MCG. So, and it's two out-of-state sides. Sydney are playing against Brisbane. So, as you can imagine, everyone's flying in from those two states. So all the hotels will be full. So when they come out, they'll all be drunk. They'll all be drunk, and they'll all end up in the pubs in the centre of Melbourne. The Imperial's in the centre.
Oh, right.
Parliament. And so I suspect it's a 3-story pub. We've got one of the function rooms upstairs. So we've moved in next week. We're anticipating at 9:30, there's going to be a lot of celebrations going on downstairs in the pub. So we've got one of the function rooms in there. So there'll be a lot there. There'll be a lot of City fans coming in to watch because it's an early kickoff. So you can get home after, you see. It's usually 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And it's very up and down in the attendances, but it's like that.
Yeah, I could see BDB putting in on Haaland though. Well, we need a huge uplift in performance level to have any chance on the weekend, expecting City to destroy us, says David. Putting a knot on Haaland or bursting a knot on him in awe. Hi, Alan, thanks for coming on tonight. Do you think if there was no FFP, Newcastle will be competing with City now?
I think they'll be on the way to there. Don't forget, it took City, what was it, 2008 to 2012-13 when we won the league. Mm-hmm. You know, it took 4 years to get there. So how long's your owner's been there now?
It'd be coming up 3 years on the 7th of October. So
I would say no. You'll be a lot further ahead if it was for these stupid rules that the Premier League have got. Because let's face it, they've invented these rules every year and changed the rules every year to stop City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Aston Villa, people with the big owners. You know, United have changed their tune because now they've got to spend their money to develop the ground, training ground, get players and develop it. They've changed their tune. Plus, they took one of our senior executives, who's a CEO, who countersigned every corporate deal and sponsorship deal we had. Mm-hmm. And if you think that he didn't, just go and look at Baraba's LinkedIn profile. It'll show you what role he was in at Barcelona and Man City.
Mm-hmm. A player like Foden needs to be in the 10 role, but a floating 10, that's his natural position.
Yeah, that's his best position. But sometimes he'll play out right, and sometimes he plays in a number 10 position. Sometimes he plays the false 9 there. But at the moment, Foden's not 100% fit after his illness. And from one of Martin's told me, there's something else that's going on outside football at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Ideal swap Miggy for Foden. I don't think Alan would take that the way Miggy. He'd said Andrew said he'd swap Phil Foden and you can have Alma on off us.
No, you're all right.
There you are. City are going to play as bad as Gallagher did at Wembley, says Chappers. Okay. But City are also good at winning the ball back and stop counter-attacks. They are. They definitely do that. Part of the bus will get hammered. Yeah, we can't afford to do that. You've got to keep the hold of the ball better. City can't give the ball away cheap like you have been recently. We cannot do that, Mason, because look how Mason, we've been giving the ball away very cheaply and in dangerous areas. And take example, last week, what was Bruno doing last week, Mason? I'm still... Oh,
especially for the third goal against Fulham last week. You can't be doing that against Man City on Saturday.
No,
because if you somehow do that on Saturday, then you're in a lot of trouble there.
Absolutely. People just saying hello to each other.
Yep.
If we pot the bus, we won't just get hammered. We'll be under a hydraulic press, just like Arsenal the other day. I mean, draw you got against Man City, against Arsenal last week. Do you think it was a point gained, or do you think it was a deserved point, or do you think it was 2 points dropped?
Point gained because the way the game went, we didn't help ourselves. We started off first 25 minutes
very well, and
really well, and then when Rodri went off injured, we seemed to lose our composure completely, and lost the shape. They were all over the place, and that's when Arsenal scored those 2 goals. They were unfortunate with the first one because their first one, the referee had called over Walker because he was the captain, to we were their captain, to try and calm the game down because there was a lot of needle tackles going on, and he pulled him into the centre of the field, and then when he finished, Walker was just jogging back and watching at the same time, and he took the free kick really quickly and hit it over Walker's head, and Walker was miles out of position.
Yeah,
so he ran down the side in the end. It's a good finish, don't get me wrong, it was a good finish, and they scored the goal, but really that didn't help. It really didn't help. And City struggled with set pieces for some reason at the weekend against Arsenal with Gabriel. So when you went 2-1 down and a man down, all they did then was say, right, we're just going to park the bus here. Playing against a low block and probably the best defence in the league, and they never had a man up front. They didn't have one man up front. It was like hitting a brick wall. And City got, you know what it's like when you play against a brick wall. It's very difficult to break them down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we kept going and we scored thanks to Jack Grealish with his quick thinking. We scored in the last minute, but it was funny because this week all you could hear is the Arsenal fans whinging and moaning. They've turned into the new Liverpool fans. They're self-entitlement Arsenal.
I've seen some of what they've been coming out with. I've heard one of them, Plastic Club was one of them. Another one was won the lottery, and this one really astonished me as well. I'm thinking, and that was paid the refs apparently.
Oh my God! Listen, I've got a mate here that lives about 500 meters from me. He's a huge Tottenham fan. He's from North London, and there's some of the things he comes out with me. He's saying you've paid refs, you've diddled the books, you've committed mass fraud, mate, you name it, everything comes out, and you're thinking, what planet are you on? It's absolutely crazy. I have my opinion about the 115, and it's the clubs that are jealous that they haven't got the finances. Yes, we have won the lottery. We know that, and you're the same. But why would it's like you buying a business down the road and then, like a corner shop, and then you said, right, I've got 3 or 4 million to spend on this business to develop it, and then Tesco's turned around and said, oh, you're not allowed to do that. It's against the rules. What? It's a joke. It's your owner's business.
Yeah,
you can do it once. It's ridiculous.
It's some childish what I've seen some Arsenal fans been coming out with.
Oh, they don't like someone pushing their nose out of joint.
Exactly.
They don't like it, and I hope you come in and push them down, and Man United down, and Liverpool down, because you'll see the eruption.
Absolutely.
I spoke to you ages ago, Pete, and I told you this would happen.
I've seen it. Did
creating rules to stop us. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, Arsenal fans are still so good when we beat them 1-0 last season.
Yeah, they don't like it, do they? They think they're entitled. They think they're entitled.
One of them, particular, being a former person from AFTV, was one of them. Well, that's been coming up with the derogative comments as well.
I'm not going to say what I want to say. What he did, but he's a good
absolutely. Bruno has a brain fart. To be fair to Bruno, there's nobody offering him out on the ball either. No, that's a good point as well, Wacky. It was good evening, Queen of Heart. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you back. Hope you're keeping well, and all the best to you. Question, Alan, who's going to win, and do you think Newcastle have a chance to get all 3 points? Well, we'll come to the score predictions. But you think it might be a tough game for City?
Big time. With no Rodri in it, we play through him all the time.
Yeah.
and without him, we I'm not as confident. If Rodri was playing, I'd say we'll win very comfortably. But without Rodri, I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to see because
KDB
he will be a big miss, Rodri, because
huge.
One of the best CDMs in the Premier League I've seen. He really is.
The best. He's the best in the world at the moment.
Also, our hypocrites, especially after the way they behave when we beat them. Absolutely, Julie. Please don't forget to like everyone and subscribe if you haven't already. Please do, everyone. We've got 40 watching so far. If we can smash up the likes, that would be fantastic. And if you're new, please do subscribe. Or if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on this channel week in, week out. If our players turn up, work together, we get behind the team and don't allow City early goal, we will give them a good game. We have given them a good game the last 2 games.
I've enjoyed the last few games. We played against you at St James's. The last game was when the first time we saw Oscar Bob, he scored an unbelievable goal in the game last minute. He's take from that ball from Kevin De Bruyne and he's finished. Unbelievable. I thought, wow. And he's only a kid. He's not. So we've got a lot of injuries. He's not in the squad. He's
out injured as well. He's
out injured as well. So if you look at it, players coming back from international duty, and getting more rest, not really fit. Rodri's gone. KDB's injured. Oscar Bob's injured. I know we've got a quality squad, but we've got quite a few key players in my eyes.
Aki's another one, isn't it?
Aki's a big miss. I think he's a huge miss. Over the last 2-3 years, he's been our best defender.
I think he's not a bad defender. I think he is really good defender.
Quality. So we've got a few injuries, and it's not ideal.
Yeah,
it's not ideal. That's why I'm not. That's why I know it's going to be a difficult game tomorrow.
Good evening, B. I hope you're well. We do all like a bit of bunts. People just saying hello to each other. They still moan about that losing that cost them in the title. I'm surrounded by them and split in northwestish London. And remember when the mighty Swansea beat City 1-0 in 2012, there was a few years after their takeover. We are similar to that stage now. Absolutely. EVH eruption. Liverpool, Man U, Arsenal, Spurs got to where they were because their owners were rich at the time. No difference, says Tom.
Well, if you think about it, when Liverpool had their glory years in the 70s and 80s, they were owned by Littlewoods Pools, the guy that owned Littlewoods, which was, if I'm not mistaken, one of the richest guys in Europe at gambling in Europe at the time, and they bought all the big players, and they did, but they'll never admit that because it's Liverpool and they're entitled to win everything.
That's it. Absolutely. Believe it, wacky. Spot on analysis there, lad. It's not called the red and white cartel for now. All a bunch of entitled WNKS, the ERS, the lot of them. Yeah. Mary, are you on mod every channel? All watch as much as me. And glad to see Mary, Queen of Hearts back in the chat. Marjorie, massive risk. Also, he's Eddie House and Jason Tyndall's favourite non-Newcastle player. Very interesting. That first time I've heard of that. I don't know what you mean. Full-time job, 3 shows a night. Oi, oi. Hope you're well, Lee. It's called freelancing. Good evening, Crin. Hope you're well. As well, City of Oscar Bob, 2 Bob, Longstaff, says Wacky. They were Alan, I remember that. I'm just as bad. Maybe I watch most channels, but don't have keep an eye on all the chat as well. Yeah, the Moores family who had the pools. Exactly, absolutely. It's a financial monopoly at the top. Everything is designed to keep it in place. And
correct.
Just in a lot of coffee. Just in a lot of coffee there. Right, so we'll run through the lineup. So, Alan, do you think the lineup that Pep is going to play on Saturday? What do you think the starting 11 is going to be?
It's going to be Edison. I've got a sneaking feeling that they'll drop Walker and play a Kanji in there with Diaz and Guardiola at fullback. I think that it'll be definitely Kovacic and Gundogan for the away game.
Yeah.
With either Foden or Bernardo in the central midfield role. And Bernardo can either play on the right or left or anywhere. I think that he'll play. Savinho will play on the right side with Haaland, and on the left hand side, it's either going to be Doku or Grealish. I think it'll be Grealish.
Interesting because Doku played the cup game, didn't he?
He did. Thing with Doku, he's very quick. He's very dynamic. He can get past people very quickly. But if he's not the best at crossing the ball.
I heard his end product's not the greatest. I've heard.
Still
a young lad, though.
He's only young when he crosses it. He tends to kick it to the wrong people, pass it to the wrong people, which in turns gives the ball away. And Pep hates that because straight away you're on the counter, and he hates people giving the ball away. So, and one thing that Grealish is good at is keeping the ball.
Yeah, Grealish can do that well.
He keeps the ball, and at the moment, Grealish is playing well. So we'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely. Pete did Sky Sports did a friend v friend video with Eric Ten Hag and GT. It was a good watch. It was on there about Wadri. I just stick to 3 channels and sometimes John's and Evermore. Oh, I think Alan's lost connection there. Hopefully he'll be back in a moment. Yes, that's your way I learned from that. The important question was Pep's chair intact after he kicked it. I've seen that. Did you see that, Mason? Pep kicking the chair.
Oh yeah. I seen him kicking off big style. Yeah. That's what you get from Pep when these players piss him off.
Yeah, that's it.
I think you won't get that on Saturday because obviously with the connections we had with Robson, so I think you won't do it. I can't see him do anything like that on Saturday.
Interesting. Well, we'll run through the lineup for us. We're going to go with what we would like to see. You lost the shit. Apparently, I seen that there, Alan. Apparently, Pep, when he kicked the chair, he looks like he wasn't a happy man at all. Oh, he's gone again. He must be on problems. Can Man City be the threat that the new Premier League has seen them to be the last few years? After Arsenal scored from their free kick, yep. Like Mason when the Costa's off. I was like seeing a bit of passion from a manager. That's what Pep is he's a passionate manager. Can Man City be the threat that the Premier League has seen them to be the last few years? As long as he doesn't kick the share. Right, so we'll go through our lineup. Right, so we're going to go with what we would like to see. In goal, Mason.
Pope.
Easy decision. It's got to be Pope, hasn't it?
Aye.
Oh, it's got to be Pope. He's our best goalkeeper, so we need him in there. Oh, everything okay there, Alan? Are we having a few connection issues?
He's forced.
Are you there, Alan?
Oh, no, he's not.
Can you hear us, Alan? He must be having issues with his audio. Right back. I'll go with Trippier. I think I'd keep Trippier in. I didn't think he put a foot wrong last week, so I'm tempted to keep him in the side. Oh, I think Alan's just getting some headphones. Right, centre backs Mason. First one in there. I think I'd like to see a change in here.
Sure.
Yes, I'd go with Fabian Schär there. I'd play him there. He had an off game last week, but we need him for his defending and his long balls and all of that. So, right alongside him, I like to see Lloyd Kelly there for me. I'm going to take Dan Burn out. I feel he could get absolutely rinsed. So I'm going to attempt to play Kelly back in his natural position, and let's see how we can do there. Right in at left back, Mason.
Lewis Hall.
There he is, Lewis Hall. Are you fine now, Alan? Are you working now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
That's good. I can hear you.
It all suddenly went haywire for some reason.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So left back Lewis Hall. Right into midfield now. Right, first one is going to be Bruno in there for me. We know he had a poor game last week, but he is so important to us, and that's why we need him in the side. So we really need to.
According to Martin, we were looking at him.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. According to Martin, really wanted him.
I could tell he really wanted it.
Big time. All he talked about for about 10 weeks was him. and I'm just going, Martin, he's not leaving Newcastle. Stop dreaming. Yeah.
Tottenham are down to 10.
Who's down to 10?
Tottenham.
Spurs are down to 10 against
that. That Dragonsons has been sent off.
What score is it?
0-0. They've just kicked off because they had travel issues in North London.
Well, that's standard. If you've ever been to the White Hart Lane, I have. Even the new one, I've been to that. It's the worst ground to get to. It's a nightmare.
I've never been to Spurs yet, Alan.
Oh, mate, the North Circular and ins and outs is terrible to get to.
Oh,
They only kicked off at 25 to 9.
really? And they've already down to 10 men instantly. Straight red, was it, Mason?
Oh, my mate Leo Turner around the corner will be spitting feathers at the moment then. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Next one in midfield, Mason.
Joe Linton.
We'll go with Joe Linton. He's got to be on his game because, again, he's not looked the best. But we know we could do with Joe Linton's physical presence.
He's a big lad. He's a handful, isn't he?
He is definitely been a handful, but just not seen a lot this season. So we now need to start seeing that from. Right, last one in there. Please, Eddie Howe, put this man in the start lineup. Otherwise, I am going to feel very disappointed again. We need Tonali back in. We need our best players in there now, and Tonali is one of our best players, so we need to get him in there immediately now. So simple as that. Right, the attacking three. Mason, on the left-hand side, who's been scoring goals for fun, scoring the goals lately?
Bonds.
Yes.
So no Gordon. Ooh.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment. So Bonds on the left, because I think Bonds has been very, very good this season, and it's hard to take him out at the moment. He's really been very good on the ball, and he's a goal-scoring winger with Harvey Bonds. So you know,
yeah, he's quick as well.
Yeah. So on the right, we are going to put Gordon on the right-hand side.
Oh, so he's going to be cutting in.
Yeah. So going on the right, he can't play there. He has done it for Everton. So he's now got to me start to look at learning that position a lot more for me, because this is Bond's opportunity as well.
He's an intelligent player.
Yes, absolutely. Right, last one, Mason, up through the middle.
It's got to be Isaac.
Hopefully he's on his game, because his touches at the moment are like trampolines, like a touch of a trampoline. But he has scored in the last 2 games against Man City, Isaac. So if we give him the ball, and let's see how we can do with this.
His quality well, Haaland's first touch when he's back to goal, he's not the best either. But if he's facing the right way and plays through balls, he's lethal. So's Haaland.
Absolutely, totally. Where I'm up to with me, with my things. Lucky pub, yeah. Imagine Dubson go for this guy. I do not want to see Dubravka anywhere between the sticks at all.
Talking about and Doggy.
Oh, Julie, no. It's Alan 6. Yes, when Alan was there, but he's fine now. Damn hamster bit the microphone cable. Cool. I lean on the keyboard, says Bruno. Dragon just been sent off. Tottenham's down to 10 men. Hands off City, Bruno City fans. Yeah, these are the officials for the game. Referee Gerard Gillett. Oh, I can't stand Gerard Gillett. Assistants Darren Khan, Alki Howson. 4th official Rob Jones, Stuart Atwell on VAR, and assistant VAR is Timothy Wood. I mean, see Gerard Gillett, Mason, another referee who we just do not rate at all.
For some reason, Spears is down to 10 men and Brennan Johnson's just scored. In regards to Gillett, the Mackhams didn't like him and all because he sent one of their players off against Boa last season. But he is a CUNT.
I mean, Alan, Gerard Gillett.
The standard of refereeing in the Premier League generally is pretty poor over the last 4 or 5 years. We've got to say that. So the end of the day, you get whatever comes your way, and you just got to hope that they do a decent job on the day. The last 3 or 4 years have not been great, have they? Let's be honest, all of them.
No, we've had some stinging ones as well, and we've had some absolutely tosh ones as well. Blame West Ham for chewing. Is the gone off? Who's your favourite for booking in the Man City game? Well, there'll be cards in the game. Who's the first one? No, it's hard to say. I thought about that song too. I hate the fact Gillet's the referee. He's singing the song. I only nibble and bite if requested. Tanashi should start. It's a no-brainer. Absolutely has to. Of course, that's called manners. Bond's been effective as a super sub. Well, he's shown what he can do when he starts games now. Julie, you need Tonali to have more control of the game in midfield. Yep. Put Isak on the left. Remember the Everton game. We need Isak more through the middle. That's the thing. Tonali must start. If he starts, second hold, the chances of blood pressure rise will be high in the amounts of alcohol being poured. Says Queen of Heart. If City play a high line, you want balls into space behind the defence for Isak's pace and Gordon too. Yep. Gillett, the worst ref can get. 1-0 Johnson scored. Spurs find the back of the net now. I do love your sharp wit. Why, thank you, Wacky, as well. So, right then, we are going to get the score predictions in. So we'll start with you, Alan, first. What's your score prediction for the game?
2-1 City.
Also a close game.
Yeah.
Close City win, okay. I can understand. You think it's going to be slightly harder, but just fancying City for just the win, right?
I just fancy City for the win, but it's going to be tough.
And you goal scorers as well, Alan?
I'm going to say Haaland 1. And I'm going to say, I'm going to stick my neck out and say Gundogan, the winner.
Oh, and see, Gundogan has had goals against us before as well.
I know.
I think the last game he actually scored.
I'm so happy he's back. Trust me.
Apart from that chance he missed it against Milan, though, Alan. I mean, how's he headed that over the bar?
Well, he hit his top of his head, didn't it? At the end of the day, he should have scored. But
he should have headed that in the ground. I think that's it for me.
He's got plenty of scores on the scoreboards previously, mate. So I think we can let him off 1.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Right, Mrs. Yours, Mason. You're going for a 2-0 City win as well, and your goal scorers.
Haaland twice in for Newcastle. Isak.
Interesting. Sikiwaki, City 3-0 Haaland hat-tricks for Julie. I want 2-0, but think it will be 3-0. I don't think we'll contain the Leeds born breath. Paige is going for a 2-1 win, so she's fancying us the win. Well, I think if Toon turn up and play like we know they can say I'm a Desmond 2-2. We get turned over 3-0. Haaland, he's a blue just like his dad now. He's at the Etihad. I've heard about that, hasn't he? Haaland's dad goes to games now, doesn't he?
He goes to every game. He's been to every game since it started.
Yeah.
His first game against West Ham, he was there. He's been every game. He goes in Vincent Company's box and watches it from the Etihad. So he's young Haaland. Erling is a City fan anyway, mate. He grew up as a City fan.
Press, I'm with you, Pete. Let's not contain the press. God beer. Right, this is my score prediction, and sorry guys, but this is what I'm going with for Saturday.
You're not backing your team? Bloody hell.
So I'm seeing a 3-0 win to City. I'm really concerned the way we are playing at the moment. Our performances have been nothing but they've been really poor. And we got absolutely took apart against Fulham last week. And
they're a funny side, Fulham, especially down there. They're not a bad outfit.
See, we had a good record at Fulham as of late, but we just had an absolute stinking game last week. And I'm just really worried for Saturday. I really am. I think Haaland's going to get 2. The other one I'm going to say is, I think it'll be Bernardo Silva because he's been getting goals against us as well.
Fuck's sake, yeah.
So 3-0 Man City is what I'm going with. You don't like getting buried in the thieves, do you? Remember when Alfie was stood inches from Roy Keane? I'm being delusional, but I picked 4-2 NUFC. Goals from Isak, Murphinho. You would always pick Murphy when you coffee. Tenali and Osula Brace from Haaland.
If we get beat 4-2, there'll be a massive meltdown.
See, I heard there was... Yes, I've heard... In UFC, City 1, City 3. I've heard, sometimes some of your fans have been going a little bit over the top.
Especially the new fans that have never seen City be shit like I have.
I seen two fans saying about to being Man City fans for like 8 months. I thought, how? But in the game, we're probably going to be the same in a couple of years.
What you'll find is when you get it right and get the players that you need, and suddenly start competing for trophies and winning trophies, you'll pick up fans from all over the world in Newcastle. Yeah, and you will do, and all of a sudden they will only see Newcastle doing well. They won't remember the days when you were crap like us. And I remember going to, losing to Bury at Main Road and stuff like that. Mate, seriously, I've been through the mill, so you'll find that's what happens. And they'll win when you don't win, and when you don't win or you draw is a massive meltdown. Now, what are you talking about?
That's it.
Yeah. You appreciate the good times when they come because you've been through the crap.
Yeah, that's it. I like that. The 2-2, Stevens goal with Man City's meltdown or losing will be the same meltdown Jody fans will have if Tonali doesn't start. We've got to start Tonali free the NUFC too. I remember Keith Gill and Paul Walsh as White Trout. Yeah, it happened since the takeover. We've already picking them up. I remember the days when we were crap last Saturday was one of them. Yep. You'll only get glory supporters. Yeah, there was this young NUFC YouTube fan wearing a FCB shirt and made some really shocking comments about our manager. Good gritty. You will always get the glory supporters. You will do in a way as well. Well, then, so we are going to come into the show now. So thank you so much, Alan, for joining us.
No problem, boys.
Alan is part of also part of the Mancunian Way channel as well, which is Martin's channel. Are you on there tonight as well?
Possibly, I'm not sure yet. He said he's testing me out on this he says to behave because he knows I can be a bit wild on these things. And he says, "Don't let me down. I'm testing you." This is what he said to me last night, and I started laughing. So I'm actually quite well behaved today.
Oh, you've been great on tonight, Alan. It was great to have you on. So
no problem, but no problem anytime.
Yeah, so Alan is part of the Mancunian Way channel. So do give them a subscribe as well. They are a great Man City channel to watch as well, and they are going live at 9:30. I'm sure you are going live.
Yes,
with a preview there as well. So
I'll probably be on.
More than my other half has. He's disowned them more times than I care to remember them. Pretends he doesn't like football anymore. But he ain't. John would have been happy if Dragusin got suspended for the game on Sunday. Oh yes, it's Man City Spurs, isn't it? Man United Spurs. Man United Spurs.
It's the only time I probably want Spurs to ever win. Beat United. I just want to see United fans just completely melt down.
I want to quickly ask you something. I know you don't like Liverpool. Who did you want to win a few weeks ago in Man United and Liverpool?
Neither. I hate the pair of them. That's the honest truth. I did watch a bit of the game. Didn't watch all of it. I'll be honest with you. I can't face watching them. It's like, you remember when Spurs played Liverpool in the Champions League final?
Yeah.
I refused to watch the game because I hate the pair of them. Either way, I wouldn't be happy. One, because my mate Leo lives around the corner. He's got this little man syndrome. He's about 5'6", but has a huge gob. And he would have never, ever shut up about it if they'd won the Champions League.
Oh, yeah, could have.
And I sort of expected Liverpool to win. So I just drowned it out. And over here, Liverpool have got the biggest supporters branch by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
By a mile.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pete. Good
evening, Morgan.
Greg's Peter Mason, great show. Cheers, Alan. Pace City or Arsenal who's winning the title. For me, it's going to be City still. Man, you can win a raffle with one ticket. I apologise for Alan Pete. No, Alan's been great tonight. Martin, he's been great tonight. Great watch tonight, chaps. See what I mean?
He's been sat there spying on me all night. Do you know what I mean? To make sure I don't do anything wrong.
Wembley, the North City is easy. Also, will bottle it. He prefers to watch Man U get beat instead. Hi, Martin. And I hope, Martin, you are keeping well as well. Rather watch 10 slag and sloth fight it out in the centre circle than the dross. So you are. I've been busy, lol. There you are. So there you are. Well, then, coming up throughout the rest of the week on the show, well, it's Friday night. It's Friday tomorrow. You know what happens, 8 o'clock. Do I need to tell you what happens on Friday night at 8 o'clock? Yes. Our Crazy PD's Football Live Show is back. Get yourselves on. Link will be pinned in the chat. It's get yourselves on. Let's see. We'll have a laugh as always. Always a banter show. Food picks. Chippers' rant half an hour within the show. And that's what happens on a Friday night. Saturday, I'll be at the game and Mason as well. Quick thoughts after the game. Fan reactions as well. Next day, Sunday, match review and player ratings as well. So make sure you do keep an eye out for those coming. That's true, Wacky. It is. Are you going to the game, Martin? So Coffee's just asking Martin if he's going to the game. I know Martin was up for the Carabao Cup game last season. It was great to see him there.
Yeah, he was.
Martin, that's what my neighbours say. Make sure you ain't late at 9:30 p.m. up you're up anyway. Yeah. So they're doing their preview at 9:30.
Yeah.
If you want to go and check them out as well. Food picks.
Martin needs to send me a link for that because at the moment I don't have a link.
Can imagine the comments for any sausage picks. Julie eating tasty treats. Oh, my Queen of Heart, if you're back tomorrow. Dread to think what yours are going to be tomorrow. All the best, kids, as well. Cheers so much. Well, then, guys, if you have enjoyed tonight, please do remember to give us the thumbs up. Really important we do get the likes so people know where to find us in the search results. Please, of course, if you are brand new at the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on the channel week in, week out, hit that subscribe button. Completely free to do so. It does help make the channel grow. And we are less than halfway now to get to 2,300. Help us get there as soon as we can. Your support is always appreciated, as always. And, of course, do remember to hit the bell notification. It does let you know whenever a live show is taking place or when a pre-recorded video has been uploaded to the channel as well. So make sure you do hit that bell notification to make sure you do not miss anything at all coming out on this channel at all. If you'd like to give a donation, feel free to do so either through Super Chat or a Super Thanks when the show has ended. Feel free to do so as well. If you want to become a member, it's 99p a month. Hit the join button. And, of course, if you are a member, you are put into the prize draws we do on the channel as well. We'll just quickly lip into these last few comments as well. Not after the other day. Does Mason still love watching Neighbours? Oh, God.
No, I watched it. I've never watched it.
Enough going. Bye, Peter, Mason and all. Cheers, Coffee. Great show, guys. Cheers, Ian, as well. It's good Neighbours night all. Let's get PD to 5k subs before the year ends, says Coffee. Great show as always. Cheers, Julie. Night, lads and lasses, you as well. Paige, I got it. Good night, everyone, and take care. Take care and all, and see you next time. Good night, guys. Yet another great show. Cheers so much, Don. Well, and guys, we will see you all back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the Crazy PD's Football Live Show. So until then, everyone, we'll see you all later. Take care. Good night, all. Away the lads and away the lasses. See you later, everyone. Take care.